Good day everyone, Hurley of Fire Reviews here, back at it again for a review of the Kiwi Ears Allegro. So this review won't be possible without Linsol sending me this unit in an exchange for a very honest, unbiased review. Rest assured na katulad ng mga videos ko na iba and reviews ko in general is unbiased. Okay? As much as possible kasi anong tawag doon, hindi lang naman ako yung makikinabang dito or hindi lang naman ako yung market dito kundi para rin sa iba. Para wala gaanong bias remorse. Okay? So, proceed tayo ngayon sa dongle itself. Ayan yung dongle itself. It is very unusual, di ba? Very unique yung design niya. Oo. Ngayon pa lang ako nakakita ng dongle na ganda yung tsura. It's very retro gamepad style. Alam niyo yung mga family computer, Famicom? Oo, yun. Yung mga ganun nung the 80s, the 90s, late 2000s. Ganito yung itsura ng mga controllers noon, which is very, very retro. It reminds me of when I used to play brick games, Super Mario, Contra 4, ayan. This reminds me of that design. I like this design. It is very unique. Very, very unique. Unlike ng dongles na nasa market today na isang slab lang sila ng glass sandwich usually or ng isang metal block na maliit lang na wala gaanong designer. Parang, alam mo yun, kulang yung definition niya for what it is for. Alam mo yun? Yun. This one is very unique. Okay? Ayan yung logo niya. As you can see, Kiwi Ears. This is the first time din as far as I know na naglabas si Kiwi Ears ng dongle para sa ayun, para sa kahit anong IEM basically. Okay? Ayan, medyo makapal siya. As you can see. Yan medyo makapal na medyo hefty yung size niya compared sa Dew 4. Yeah. They're nearly the same actually. Halos magkasing kapal sila. Oo. This one mas makapal lang ng slightly. Okay? Ayan. Ayan yung buttons niya. Okay. Independent yung volume buttons neto. Which is a good thing sa mga dongles in my opinion. As you can see. Pipindot siya. Very tactile, very crisp. And ayan yung SE. Ayan yung SE and yung balanced na out niya. Okay? Then, ito yung cable. Removable din yung cable, by the way. And I'd love to commend the cable. You can see, hindi siya yung basta cheap cable na nahanap mo sa mga ibang dongle sa price na to. As far as I know, yung price na to is under $60, which is a good thing. Kasi, mura siya pero maganda yung quality. Yung overall build quality. Okay? Maganda yung, as you can see, maganda yung cable niya. Sure, hindi mo siya pwedeng i-bend na parang like yung bend sideways, pero pwede mo siya i-ganyan ng type ng bend or pwede mo siyang paganyan. Very identical actually yung cable niya sa stock cable ng Tanch Gym Space, as you can see. Let's say na parang mas puti lang to. Parang mas shielded data siya ng puti compared sa Space na parang kita mo may hiwa pa sa gitna. And ayun. Tapos metal yung dulo to dulo. USB-C pareho, by the way. Then, ayun, punta tayo sa likod. Ayan, andyan ulit yung logo nila, Kiwi Ears Allegro. As you can see, ayun yung basic specs niya. May ESS. Yes, the ESS dock. Tapos, yung kung ano yung supported niya na file type. As far as I know, this also supports DSD. From what I remember dun sa manual niya. Pero mamaya na natin i-delve in yun. Kasi, ayun. Mamaya na natin delve in. Then, ayun, andito yung, niya, LED indicator, kung ano yung file type na gumagana. In my opinion, hindi siya parang sobrang, alam mo yun, hindi siya efficient. Hindi siya efficient in the sense na, kasi most of the time, nakabaliktad yung dongle mo. Nakalagay siya ng ganyan. So, hindi mo makikita yung ilaw. Hindi mo makita yung indicator. So, it's kinda useless to me. Pero, hey, it exists. So, like, let's say, makita mo lang siya at a glance. Hindi mo sinasadya o sasadyain mo talaga. At least, merong indicator, di ba? So, that's a thing. And ayun, it is a downer na kahit gaganto yung design niya, they did not utilize these buttons sana. They could have utilized the buttons na like, let's say, okay, anong tawag doon? This D-pad is meant for like volume. Okay, volume up, volume down. You know, probably kung pwede pa yung may skip. Oo, yung may, hindi na, yung may skip. Kaya yung may next, pause, ganun. Supposedly, dapat pwede na like dito na pag pinindot mo pareho, much like the U4X na parang pwede mo siyang may high gain mode. Tapos ito probably pwede mo i-on yung button o kaya may modes and stuff. Pero ayun, I hate to break it to you but this is a simpleton. This is a very simple intuitive dongle. Hindi mo need ng parang drivers to make this work or even an app to make this work. This will work just fine, plug and play. Okay, pero yun nga, missed opportunity na i-utilize tong design nila. But hey, baka magkaroon ng Allegro Pro or Allegro 2.0 na functional na tong mga buttons niya, 'di ba? Why not? Oo. Tapos ayun nga, again, ulitin ko, this is a very simple dongle. Wala siyang filters, wala siyang high gain mode, wala siyang UAC mode or anything like that. It's just plug and play and it will work. In my opinion, hindi siya like deal breaker to me given na yung price nito is like $60 lang. Okay? And it does the job really well. More into that later. Pero for some people na gusto magbuting-ting, like they want this filter, they want this fast roll of filter, they want this slow, smooth roll of filter, they want this EQ this, EQ that. This one is not for you kasi wala siyang kahit anong features or additional features like that. Ang pina-priority lang niya is yung sound itself. Okay? So, ayan. Ito yung niya, yung parang pamphlet. Ayun nga din pala, wala siyang kasamang tawag doon? Wala siyang kasamang like accessories aside sa cable, sadly. So, and bare bones literal yung accessories na kasama. It's just the dongle and it's just the cable itself. They did well naman sa build quality na itong dalawang to kasi very hefty and very solid. But ayun nga, kung naghahanap ka ng like, ako kasi naghahanap ako like kahit man lang case, ayan, or pouch. 'Di ba para maprolong mo yung itsura, yung overall condition itong itong dongle na to. I'm so sorry. Itong dongle na to is wala siyang ganun. Okay? Ngayon punta tayo sa sa specs niya. Ayun yung specs niya, as you can see. Okay, ES9028U2M. As far as I remember, yung Zishan U1 din is ito yung dongle chip na ginamit and it had a good run on me nung meron pa ako noon kasi binenta ko rin yun. Okay, ayan yung wattage niya, yung 3.5 niya is 70 milliwatts at 32 ohms and yung 4.4 millimeter niya is 155 milliwatts at 32 ohms. It is more than enough sa mga dongles, sa mga IEMs. It is more than enough sa mga IEMs na meron ako dito, yung mga makukunat, even yung mga planar na nahiram ko nung tinetesting ko to, yung mga easy to drive ko, walang naging problems dito like static noise or pink noise or any parang distortion, wala. To my experience, wala talaga siya. So, it is a good thing. Okay, balik muna tayo dito saglit. Okay, 123 decibels. Tapos, ayan yung yung supported file types. Okay, as you can see. May DSD 256. I am impressed kasi wala ako ganong DSD files sa local library ko. DSD 128 lang as far as I remember because practicality, I guess. Yung testing lang talaga eh. Pero, ayun. I had no problems using this dongle at all. Plug and play. Kahit anong isaksak mong IEM dyan na syempre naka 3.5 or naka 4.4, it will sound good. It will sound well. Kahit sa games, pag like na-try mo mag-games, kahit sa phone, like for example, nung na-testing ko siya sa Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, wala naman siya naging problem doon. Pero syempre, hassle maglaro ng may dongle. Pero ayun, at ang point doon, wala akong naging problems within this dongle. Okay? In terms of sound, ang sound nito is yung usual na neutral, almost transparent, almost. As in, wala siya gaanong coloration na dagdag sa overall sound. Kung like ininitpick ko siya, kaya ako nasabing almost transparent kasi iba pa rin talaga yung bato nung transparent in my opinion under 100 USD na dongle which is itong Touchscreen Space. Kapag pinag-compare mo siya side by side, pag pinag-compare mo siya side by side, anong tawag doon? Etong Allegro is parang meron siyang additional siyang boost na onte sa upper frequencies making the sound quite alam mo yun, sparkly. Yung vocals sounded a bit forward na sparkly. Pero hindi mo talaga siya mapapansin eh. The sound reminded me yung overall sound nitong dongle itself sa Fosi Audio DS1. Sobrang identical nila but ito talaga is much better in terms of overall from the build quality to the cable na kasama to the yun nga yung overall sound at saka parang hindi siya magpe-paint chip anytime soon unlike ng Fosi Audio. And ayun din, hindi rin siya like gaano umiinit compared sa Fosi Audio DS1. Oo, it does warm up depende sa volume and depende sa sa file type na ginagamit mo, pero hindi siya bothersome to me. Oh, pero yun, overall this is a good one. And ayun nga, parang nahalata ko din siya na parang may additional siya sa upper frequencies kasi if you remember my review about the Hades, I kept complaining na parang kulang sa akin yung vocal presence niya and yung instruments presence within that same region. Pero nung ginamit ko siya dito, parang nagkaroon siya ng onting elevation and onting extension. Which is to me a good thing. Wala pa rin naman siyang sibilance pero ayun nga, nadagdagan nga siya ng parang vocal and instrument presence. Okay? So, try natin i-compare sa mga dongles within the price range. Okay. So, ang try first natin compare sa Touchscreen Space. As we all know, na-compare ko nasabi ko na rin pahapyaw compared dito. This is a transparent, in my opinion, transparent sounding dongle. So, ayun, syempre, meron dito make or break, which is yun nga, sa transparent siya, kung ano yung tunog ng file itself, ayun yung lalabas. Garbage in, garbage out. Oo. So, ayun, in terms of build quality, they're the same actually. Mas lighter pa nga to eh. And ayun nga, pareho silang bakal. Mas, yung corners na ito is sharp sa space compared dito. Pero mas maliit siya. And ayun, yung indicator niya is nasa taas, which is a good thing. Tapos ayun, in terms of power, they're nearly the same. Lamang lang to ng siguro, this one is 240 milliwatts if if I am not mistaken. Tapos naka dual Cirrus DAC to. Tapos may high gain mode. Oo. Pero ayun, apart from that, yung overall sound sa mga naging sets ko, wala siya naging problem, okay? Oo, so kung halimbawa na budget ka and you want that neutral sound na parang all-rounder, wala kang like intending drivers proprietary application sa phone, sa PC and stuff, go with this one, the Allegro. But if you have the money, go with this one, the Touchscreen Space. So compared naman dito sa SimGot U4X, definitely magkaiba sila. Magkaiba sila ng added sound kasi the U4X is a warm sounding dongle. Tapos ayun yung cable niya, sleeved na ayun medyo omnidirectional, which is a good thing, unlike neto na parang okay, isang parallel lang siya, yung Allegro, ganun. Yan, isang ilang directions lang, 1 2 1 2. Oo. Pero ayun, they're different, both are different. Mas lamang lang yung itong Allegro sa technical performance. Since wala naman siyang wala siyang ganun dinagdag actually. Pinapakita niya lang din kung ano yung tunog talaga nung IM itself, which is nearly transparent. Pero but this adds a bit of, itong U4X adds a bit of warmth in an exchange for a slightly ano yan? Slightly less precise na separation at layering in my opinion. Pero hindi talaga halata unless na lang babara mo talaga and you try to nitpick it. Then, try naman natin siya i-compare dito sa S9 Pro. Pero S9 Pro kasi nasa testing bench ko pa din. So, ito na lang muna. Yung box na lang muna. Ayan. The Hydee's S9 Pro. So, itong S9 Pro is a, neutral sounding set na very revealing pero may obvious na coloration sa upper frequencies din. Ang pinagkaiba nito dito sa Allegro is itong Allegro merong physical buttons while the S9 Pro wala siya. Yung balance port niya is 4.4 yung sa Allegro. Meanwhile sa S9 Pro is 2.5. Ang konti lang nang gumagamit ng 2.5 na balanced out na na-encounter ko at least. So dun pa lang lamang na yung Allegro. Ngayon yun nga may button siya. May tactile buttons, independent volumes. Unlike ng S9 Pro na wala siyang volume and asa ka sa software volume ng PC mo or ng phone mo or ng tablet mo. Okay? Pero lumamang yung S9 Pro in terms sa technical performance. Para siyang nag-add ng parang pagkakonting masinsin dun sa technical department. Nagkaroon siya ng parang immersiveness. Naging holographic or lumalim yung soundstage ng kinabit kong IEM doon, yung mga IEM kong pang testing, which is weird dito sa S9 Pro. Pero that's for another review. Dito tayo focus sa Allegro. Okay? So sige, versus sa DS1, as what I have mentioned earlier, the DS1 is nearly the same. Compared sa Allegro. It's just that the Allegro is much more unique, much more polished in any way, down to from build quality down to the operability, pati yung kasama accessories. Mas okay itong Allegro. And ayun nga, si Fosi Audio DS1, wala siyang independent volume control. So, once na pinindot mo yung volume control niya, gagayahin niya lang din or i-control niya yung volume nung sa phone. So, that's a thing. Okay. So, anong verdict ko dito? Yes, definitely recommended ko tong Allegro. This is a good one. Talaga na on the go ka lang, like sasaksak mo lang, set up mo lang yung desktop mo, 'di ba? Na sasaksak ka ng IM, listen to your local playlist or yung sa streaming platforms mo and call it a day. Wala kang magiging sakit ng ulo dito. Just pair it with every IEM you want. Oo, kung halimbawa hindi ka naman sensitive sa upper frequencies, kahit yung HD Sound Heart Mirror or any bright sounding IEM will do this one really well. Kaya kung gusto mo ng parang gusto mong parang ma-tame down yung warmth niya, edi yung Hydee's isaksak mo dito and it will still sound good. Oo, so this is a no frills. Yes. No frills, wala ganong features, very simple tone, but that doesn't mean that this is a bad dongle. This is a really really good dongle. So very recommended ko siya if gagastos ka ng dongle under 3,000 pesos or $60. This is a good one. Highly recommended. Okay? And now that ends my review for the Kiwi Ears Allegro. Meron pa akong mga i-reviewing dongle, na isa which is itong S9 Pro. And yung SIMGOT na Q4X. Pag-compare ko sila side by side. But until then, see you on the next review. Okay? Bye-bye.